For years, Washington, D.C. was a Camarilla city under the rule of Marcus Vitel. But when it was revealed he was a La Sombra instead of the Ventrue he had claimed to be, the Tower sentenced him to final death. But with Kindred, things are not always as they seem, and he survived his sentence only to return a decade later to seize the city from both the Camarilla and the Sabbat. It was during his second rule that the Coterie arrived to the city. Lily Sanger, a descendant of the Toreador Helena and owner of the Succubus Club. Steve Perry, a caitiff who only recently found out he holds flawed La Sombra blood. Locke, a gangrel raised on the streets and now owner of the bar Purgatory. And until recently, Quartermain, the Nosferatu who is now exiled from D.C. and never to return. The Coterie has been instrumental in restoring the city to Camarilla rule under the praxis of Nosferatu Stanford Warwick. Vitel relocated to Baltimore, where he has established his rule over the formerly anarch city. Things are far from idyllic under Stanford's rule, and events have been set in motion for his praxis to end. The question remains, does it matter who rules when there are powerful elders maneuvering their pieces for their own ends?
Good evening and welcome to McStabber Studios DC by Night. I'm the storyteller, Shanky McStabber.
And I'm Relyn, Shanky's wife, and I'm playing Lily Sanger of Clan Toreador.
I'm Lance. I'm playing Steve Perry, the caitiff.
I'm Katie. I play Locke and Clan Gangrel, and I'm the owner of Purgatory.
And where we left off before, the Coterie had made plans to finally deal with Buzzsaw and his WWE rejects hiding in the power plant. And it's going to prove to be a big assault by a lot of people, but I think the Coterie's decided it's time to put a squash on that particular group. So this is where we're going to pick up. Anything you want to do before we get to the loading into the bread truck?
I have grabbed an air horn.
Okay.
I figure I'll probably be the one in charge of that, considering I'm not an active
You'll
combatant.
need two of them because you need to be able to have the people holding the entrance warn you.
Okay, so I grabbed two. And I hand one off to Angelique.
Thomas went and found a whole box of them while y'all were sleeping during the day. So you can get as many. There's enough. You can have as many people as want one can have one.
Yeah, I'll put the box over on the loading dock and say if anybody wants to grab an air horn to signal, grab one.
So, anyone planning?
I am talking to Slinky.
Okay. Are you bringing Slinky?
I am bringing Slinky not into combat. Slinky is to be outside alarm.
But I get to eat people. I don't get to eat people?
No, we'll bring you some people. There's gotta be people. But there's a lot of people. You gotta wait for it to be thinned. The whole herd.
Can I eat any that run out?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they run out. You can eat all those.
Okay. I like that idea.
Not us, though.
I'll warn you.
Well, I'm not going to eat the yucky flavored ones.
Yeah. If you can kill those ones.
Anyone who comes out's fair game. Got it.
Fair game. She is going to text Tabitha.
Okay.
And say, going out to have some fun. If I don't come back, please take care of the bar.
Now, before I reply, have you warned her a bit? Because, you've probably talked to her a little bit. Have you warned her at all about that you're planning at least soon to hit the power station? No?
No.
Okay. She replies back, all capital letters. What? Question mark, explanation, question mark, fire emoji.
Long story, smiley face. Upside down smiley face.
The reply, you better come back or I'll kill you.
It's okay, Mom.
I pull Wayland aside.
Okay.
I do want you to get your vengeance.
but do not sacrifice yourself or Raphael for it.
You don't have to worry. We know how to handle ourselves in a fight. And you can tell Wayland is well armed.
Good.
You can tell by his outfit that he has hidden knives in a lot of places. Raphael, on the other hand, doesn't have any knives. He's got a rather large billy club in his hand.
Good.
We'll be all right. We know what to do. I see you're bringing muscle, so we'll let the muscle handle the main work of it, and we're just going to look for our friend. Our friends. Steve, let's ask, what is everybody bringing weapon-wise? Steve, what are you going in with?
I will go with my vest on, as usual. For the kind that I deal with, probably just have my punch knives.
Just curious if you were bringing one of your swords. If you were going to go full warrior mode.
I will bring that as well.
Okay. So you got your nice big old broadsword or, that type of weapon?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Locke, of course, brings no weapons.
I do ask, Zach, how do you usually fight? Just curious. Yeah, okay, just checking. Just checking to see if you needed anything.
No, much like you, I've got everything I need with me.
You know what? We travel light.
Got to.
Lily has her vest with her ceramic plates front and back in it. Don't want any staking accidents. And then she's got her dagger. She has her deagle.
Of course, you always got the deagle.
With regular ammunition. She's not wasting the good stuff on this fodder. And basically, she's also got an air horn that she grabbed.
Okay.
And she does have hair sticks, but they are put in a pocket of her jacket.
Okay. Check in here. Cool. Got it. Okay. So, Ivan arrives with his bread truck, and it's much like the one that Quartermain described to you in the past. It was you're hoping not the same exact one, but it's an older bread truck. It looks pretty raggedy. It just says Wheat and Rye Bread Company on the side, and you're pretty sure it's not even a real damn company. But it's a bread truck, and you can easily fit everybody in the back. And when he said it had straps, it appears, you can hold on to them, but he may have been restraining people in the back of this thing at some point. And Angelique, of course, looks and goes, "Can we ride in something else?"
Not that fits everyone, darling. Unless you have a spare, bus.
Someone called True. Hey, we need your bus.
I don't think he'd let us use his tour bus, darling.
It might get scratched.
And Angelique goes, "The things I do for my brothers."
Karina couldn't come through with an MRAP or anything like that?
No, she's not going to.
I didn't even ask.
She's not going to hand you a Bradley to let you do this. That would kind of take the fun out.
That would kind of
and be a massive
lot of
break.
attention.
Yeah. Military vehicles rolling in downtown D.C. get noticed immediately. So everyone loads up.
And Lily puts her hand through a restraint.
Okay.
All elegantly.
And for weaponry, you do see that Angelique looks like she's got an M14 carbine. You've seen them before. You can recognize them.
Nice.
Steve's seen them. Ivan has just got a pair of pistols, 45s. Grigori came only armed with a long silver knife. That's all he brought with him. Of course, Zachary, we know what he has. Nothing. No arms visible.
What'd Vicky bring?
Vicky? She showed up in leather.
That's it?
That's it.
Okay.
Her warded leathers?
Do you want to touch them and find out?
No. Mm-mm.
That's what
Now, my question is, am I wearing a jacket that Grigori brought with him for me, or is it just one of my others?
It's not. He didn't bring you the fully warded one yet. He's still
working on it.
Yes.
I know it's going to take him time, and I'm not pushing him, so okay, that's fine.
He has been distracted with other things. He says, like this.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
I'm not pushing him for it. It's just if he didn't bring it yet, he's just not done yet.
Let's check in here real quick. Let's check in the power up. I want to make sure I have this power ready. That's what level that is? Okay, cool. Got it. So everyone piles into this vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
I'm ready to go. And you start doing the trip over. Now, you can't roll wits awareness from the back of a
Nope.
bread truck. So
I'm going to trust whoever is driving.
Nobody gets to go. And Grigori stops. He's driving Ivan's truck. And he looks back at everybody and says, we're about a block away. Any last minute anything? Now, you know when I hit this gate, y'all better be holding on tight. Okay. Real tight.
Yeah, I do rouse toughness.
Okay. So roll your rouse check.
Made it.
I am going to rouse for fleetness. Got it.
And we will consider, unless something major changes the plan of the power plant, we will consider that one scene.
Okay.
Okay. If you get into a running fight in the catacombs, it's going to be a second scene. Okay? You know, running towards the church.
I don't want to load up Majesty just yet.
Okay.
I'm going to wait until I get in front of people.
Okay.
Locke is going to blow 2 of her bags as she starts rousing stuff. So
Okay.
2 of her bags are gone.
I am.
But she
I'm going to pop awe.
Yeah, she rouses toughness, rouse from pain, and feral weapons, because fuck it, we going in, we know what we're doing.
Yep. Let me see here what I'm doing with Zachary real quick. That's going to be a rouse check. He failed. Okay.
I'm hungry.
In the back of the van, or the bread truck, is no longer a gangrel named Zachary.
Is he a woofer?
There's a bear. A grizzly bear.
Oh, that's hot.
You are now a bit cramped in the back of this mail truck because it is a full-sized grizzly bear. It is huge.
Fantastic.
Well, now I have to activate feral whispers.
And Lily's like, oh my god.
Steve's lucky he wasn't in that form when Steve went up against him, because good luck staking a bear in the chest.
Yeah, that's the truth.
Locke rouses feral whispers and says, "You didn't say you would be a bear."
I mean, you didn't really ask, but I don't like to do it. I mean, I stink. I hate the smell of bear.
You smell fine. You're fine. It's probably you weren't showering enough beforehand.
Plus, I get grumpy.
Well,
You'll see.
You can bear it.
Now, everybody in the vehicle, all they're hearing is a lot of loud noise, because bears are not quiet. They're not.
Yeah.
And you hear Slinky look at you and go, "Really?"
yeah.
He's not going to eat me, is he?
No, he's not going to eat you. There's so much food that's going to be happening. You are so fine.
If he steps on my paw, I'm going to bite him next time he's with 2 legs, okay? Just one bite.
A little bite, yeah.
If he steps on my paw, I'm biting.
Okay.
How come he gets to go in and I don't?
Because he's a bear.
Okay. It's no fun for Slinky.
And I know you're good at hiding and yoinking people. Bears don't do that.
Yoink?
Bears are so obvious.
Yoink is a hard concept to explain to a wolf.
You know, like...
The bear does the yeeting.
Yeah. Take him down.
So, you were all trapped in the back of this bread truck with
A big-ass bear.
You're muted, Mama.
A big-ass bear.
Yep.
At least we're all cushioned now for when we get.
Do you call a, 800-pound bear cushioning?
Yeah. It's fuzzy. It's soft. It's fine.
Okay. And Grigori looks back and says, fasten your seatbelts, and he grins.
And Lily's just cackling mad.
And you feel the truck take off as he heads towards the power plant.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You can start rolling now. You can roll Dex Athletics or Strength Athletics. It's a question of whether you're going to try to twist not to get hurt or have enough strength you think you can hold for dear life and not get hurt when this thing impacts.
Oh, no, I only got one. 1, 2, 4.
4, 5, 6. I actually got 7.
That's good.
Now I got 4, but I do have 5 toughness. We'll see how it all works out.
Got 4? Okay.
4.
4? Okay, you hear the vehicle hit the gate. And yeah, it jars you a bit, but that's not the part that really got everybody. It's the brake slamming when the seatbelt check, technically, when he got into the power plant.
We didn't put the corridors at the front, did we?
You didn't put what in the front?
We didn't put the corridors towards the front. We put them towards the back.
No, we're towards the back.
Thankfully, Zachary was towards the front, so you hit him, not him hitting y'all. Because that
I told you.
That would have hurt a lot more. You all managed to avoid damage based on your numbers. You do see Angelique get slammed painfully into something.
Oh.
She rolled real bad for her.
Oh.
Oddly enough, Ivan ends up hitting his head on the dash because he was riding up front next to Grigori. But it's not enough. I mean, it's kindred. And now you hear Grigori yelling, "Okay, we're here. Get the fuck out!"
Okay.
And he dives out the door.
I throw open the doors and...
Okay, and as you open the doors and pump out, wits awareness.
Okay.
Now's your chance to get an eye as you're running. Hopefully, I mean, it's pretty easy to tell where the way down was. It's marked with a railing.
4.
3.
3.
Okay, you've managed. When you're coming in, you hear startled stouts. Startled shouts
They might be shorty.
from up top. You also see like 5 guys that were on the same level as you that were huddled around a little fire. Looks like they were just chilling. They look kind of shocked too that there's now a bread truck. But there's no guns waiting on you or anything. And right in front of you is the path down to the thing. So I assume everyone's dashing for it while
While they get their wits about them.
Yep.
Yeah.
Zachary, of course, beats most of y'all there, being a bear, and takes off down there. Now, unfortunately, he didn't take into account the width of the thing, so he's going to have to change back if anyone wants to get in front of him. Which will probably happen
He can lead
shortly.
the way for now.
Lead the way.
And you all rush down these stairs. And as you're going down the stairs with a quickness, I'm not going to make you roll athletics for it. If they're wide and flat enough, that's not a problem.
No, I'm just getting ready to roll my majesty.
I'm not going to make you roll for everything that happens. You run down these stairs into this underground area, and you can tell this was not part of the building. It's relatively new looking. You can see... at first, you're running past a layer of concrete with rebar reinforcement. And you run through it, and you can see it where it was rough, hacked. Looks like they sawed it with maybe some sort of, circular saw or rotary saw to cut the rebar as they cut through it and created where there wasn't a stairwell. They built the stairs out of wood. And as you run down in here, there's lights. It's not cut the same power cutting as the upstairs of the power station. So they've got lights run from somewhere else. And you can see as you're running down these stairs into, it looks like a hand-hewed hallway. They've run basically a string of lights with lights about every 10 foot.
Oh, look, they lit our path.
And there's, it's actually lit with, there may be 30, 40 watt bulbs. It's not well lit.
Bright. Yeah.
But you can actually see it stretching, and you can hear one hell of a commotion above you. And you see Zachary kind of blocking the way. And you can hear him gruffing at you a bit. He's asking you, Locke, whether you want him to I don't know, maybe not be a bear so people can see past him?
Yeah. Let's change back for a bit.
Okay, so he shrinks back down to normal size. Now you as a gangrel know that this means he's doubled up in protean on his bear form, because he can change his mass and size as well. But Zachary's there in the hallway. Now you can see past him. And you can see it's dim light. I'm going to wait for Locke to say what she's going to activate in a minute in the dim light.
Eyes of the beast.
And Steve, are you activating yours to see?
Yeah, Oblivion side, yes.
Okay. And the darkness fades for you two, and you see it stretches maybe 30 or 40 feet straight ahead with a gentle downgrade. The rough-hewn part seems to go maybe 20 foot before it comes to an obviously previously done, it's even got stone fittinged corridor. And you've seen this setup before. It reminds you of the catacombs under the church. But you can see it stretches, 30, 40 feet with a gentle downgrade and then turns up ahead.
Yeah.
Right now, the only commotion you hear is above.
Yeah. And I share that it goes down, about 30 feet and it's going to turn. So.
And Ivan and Angelique look at each other and go, we'll go set up at the turn.
Okay. Perfect.
We'll catch them as they come down the stairs.
Yeah.
That way, if any of them come up here, hopefully where it turns isn't too bad, but we can catch them as they come down the stairs. And that way, as they're rushing down, we will hopefully keep them bottled up.
Okay. And if there are any runners, we have coverage for that too.
Yeah, because Slinky was not about a block away is where Locke let Slinky out so that Slinky could not be in the vehicle at the time. Assume competence, of course.
Yeah.
So, what is the plan? You got a specific... Who's going in the front? This is something that's important to know. I know we're not doing D&D. We don't need a marching order, but Locke is up front.
Locke is up front.
Okay.
And,
or do you want Lily to do it with Majesty?
I want to take the first. Be behind me, but if there's a shot that comes out, you definitely want it hitting Locke first.
Got you.
And Vicky looks at you all and goes, "How kind of them to leave me shadows."
Yes.
And you see her step sideways, literally into a shadow, and she's not there anymore.
We'll see her later. She won't miss all the fun.
She's going to be making some fun.
Yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and pop up Majesty to be prepared for eyes to hit me. And I got 2 successes.
Okay, and you move. Everyone moves down the corridor. You're hungry?
No, I'm blurry. It fixed.
And you all move down the corridor. And as you go down it, somebody's cleared the bones. So there's no bones in this section, or there never was any. But you can see all the niches where the bones would have been kept if there was an active crypt of some kind down here. The floor doesn't have any dust on it. There's no dust on the shelves.
Oh, they cleaned up. That was nice of them.
As you're moving down, you start to hear noises up ahead. Can't tell where it is because there's a bend in the corridor. But you do hear the noises. And as you're moving down, you can hear a lot of noise from upstairs coming from the hallway. And as you round the corner, you notice right around the corner is a stairwell. And Vicky's standing at the top of it. It leads down deeper.
I'm going to do Sense the Unseen.
Okay.
Resolve.
Okay.
Right?
Yes, it is resolve all specs.
I'm going to use a willpower.
Now's the time to use the willpower.
I got 3 with that. 6.
You can see the dim red line.
Okay.
That marks it.
I look at Vicky and say, "I see it." I say, "Right here," and I point at it.
And y'all can all see that it's a thin mark around it. I mean, you could probably have seen it without. Once she points it out, you can see it even without.
Right, but I'm directly pointing it out so everyone can see it. Right here. Correct me if I'm wrong, Locke. This is basically their alarm system.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you can hear noise down the stairs. You see light down there, but it's a flickering.
Like that's also an alarm system.
I'm sure that is, but this is basically what they... And you and Vicky can't pass through it, but it triggered them above before when you went in that they realized you were there.
And down the stairs, you can see flickering light. down below somewhere. It's not the steady light of the light bulbs.
So
There's
like
a dim,
fire?
flickering light.
Well, let's go.
Let's go.
And Vicky's the first one to cross the barrier.
Mm-hmm.
She steps across it and then sidesteps into another shadow.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see her actually stepping out of the shadow at the base of the stairs as she steps to the, she steps out.
Steps to different shadows, yeah.
Mm. Damn, Steve. You Steve Perry and Dice and Victoria on her rouse checks?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Oh no.
Did she get a sting?
No, but
she's hungry.
it just makes her hungrier. Now, granted, it's not a single step that she has to roll per. It's one turn's worth, which can be a bunch of little steps.
Yeah.
But so you all move down the stairs, and as you get to the bottom, you see that the catacombs are now lit with torches. It's not enough to Rorschach you, because they're
enough to make us on edge, though.
yeah, it's enough to disquiet you, and you can see they're spaced out about every 10-15 feet, so it leaves a lot of shadow, but it leads off into the distance, and you can all hear your beast in your head variations of, careful it burns, why fire, why here, but you can see it stretches off, and you hear a lot more noise at this point coming from down there, and you can hear a chanting of some kind, and then you start hearing the gunshots go off from above.
We need to get down there. They're doing a thing, and I don't want them to do a thing. It involves chanting.
Yeah.
Might be an
Let's go.
active fucking trip.
Attack dog.
Attack dog!
Blinky, I told you to wait outside.
That's funny. That was like perfectly timed too. Oh my god. Oh. So you guys move forward down here to the torches.
Moving as quickly as we can.
And you get to the end, and Victoria, you find her standing in front of a large double doors. The room, it opened up almost like a vestibule kind of a look, where it goes from a narrow crypt to a wide open V-shaped room with a set of double doors. At this point, because of the gradual drop in slope, you're looking at a set of doors that are maybe 15, 20 feet tall, double wide, that are closed in front of you. And they are marked with, well, I mean, even to lock. You know what, you can't read them, but you know what hieroglyphs are. You've seen them. You've seen enough shows on TV and on YouTube about, ancient Egypt and pyramids and ancient hieroglyphs, and there they are. Right in front of you. And the doors are closed. But the chanting, what you can hear in between gunshots, and there seems to be a lot of gunshots, is there. And Grigori looks at it and goes, yeah, I'm going to roll some dice.
I don't see shit.
No sorcery.
Okay.
It's just art.
Okay.
And Zach goes, is this where we're going?
This is where we're going. Let's go in.
If it's a big room, I'm going to bear up.
Bear up.
Please do.
Okay.
Do it.
So you're all at the door. Are we ready to?
Yeah.
Everyone's rushing in.
Yeah.
So I assume Locke is still the one opening the door.
I've got my gun out.
You open the door. And it's not hard. It's well oiled. Doesn't make a sound. Doesn't squeak or anything. It's not even got a lock of any kind. You push the door open. And it opens into a well-lit giant chamber. Ceiling, you can see it immediately. It's maybe 20 foot up. And the room is lit by large fire braziers around the room. And, I mean, it's a lot of fire braziers. They're about every 5 foot. So the room is well lit, but it's got that flickering kind of a look from all the various fire. And the first thing that catches your eyes is a stone bier in the center of the room that there appears to be a body laying on. It's a woman of some kind. And the very next thing that catches your eyes is 3 people standing right there next to the bier. One of them you recognize is Buzzsaw. And he's got a grin on his face. that same shit-eating grin he always had. His two friends, a man and a woman, don't seem to be quite as happy, but they have an odd look at their eyes that you're not quite sure of their sanity. They're wearing long flowing robes with the hood flipped back. Welcome to my temple. Have you come to be sacrificed?
We don't bother. Locke doesn't bother.
No,
with
not me.
I'll take a
you?
shot.
You're just going to start shooting.
Oh, yeah, fuck him.
Okay. Go ahead. What's everybody doing? Declare some actions.
I am going to be charging Buzzsaw.
Okay.
And assuming that that goes with me.
And it's only the three in there.
That's all
Buzzsaw.
you see from here. Now remember, these doors swung open.
Could be.
That leaves
I got
both
5 on
sides.
my
You
shot.
can't see anything to the sides of the room. All you can see is a head and the braziers.
Got 5.
Okay. And even with Oblivion sight, it's hard to quite see what's behind all the braziers. Because A, they're big enough that you could easily hide somebody physically behind the brazier, and B, the light really screws with your ability to see because there's a lot of them casting all kinds of weird shadows. You got 5 for your shot? Okay. And who are you shooting?
Buzzsaw.
Buzzsaw?
Hopefully a headshot.
Perhaps. I gotta see what I rolled for this one, because I know what he has to go with it. Okay. Okay. The bullet goes out, and you've seen Kindred move this quick before. It almost wasn't enough to save him. He barely got out of the way in time. Barely. But it does stop him mid-speech. And instead of having his arms wide like welcoming you, he had to throw himself behind the beard to dodge the shot. So it was almost got him.
And I do have Majesty up, so as I'm walking in, I look like a fucking god.
Okay. So
And I say,
Locke, you're charging. Zach is charging. You are shooting. Steve, you are charging in as well, I assume.
Right, but looking to either side to see if we have anything to worry about.
Okay, and as you're going in, which side are you going to step to clear the... I mean, the doorway's wide enough you don't have to, but...
Left.
You're going to go left? And as you're moving left, Grigori actually moves right. And Locke, you can roll for Zachary, because... Good, he passed his hunger check that time. As you're charging, you can hear him charging beside you, and what started off as human feet, as he's charging,
pounding.
you can hear shifting until it's more of a shuffling charge of movement beside you. Yeah, when you can hear the large paws patting and slamming into the stone of the floor. So, Locke, he's now behind the beer. You're going to go for one of... Well, his two friends were also standing behind the beer, but they're standing up so you can at least see them. Is your plan to try to do what?
If he's behind the beer, if he fell...
He had to throw himself literally behind the beer.
I am fine with still getting him on the ground.
So you're going to jump the beer and tackle him? Okay. I will let you succeed on that one this turn. You can roll your grapple brawl.
Okay.
He'll get bonus dice to defend against it because you're clearing the beer onto him. But then again, he loses a die because he didn't see you tackling him until you hit him.
It's a bit of a surprise lunge there because he was dodging a fucking bullet.
All right, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 successes.
Okay, and are you going with a grapple?
I am going with a grapple.
And you get him, and he's struggling to break free, but you got a good lock on him. Steve, when you come around the door to the left, you notice the braziers go all the way around the room.
Okay.
And roll wits awareness.
Right. Four.
you're pretty sure that you can, based on this angle on the side, that you think there's some people hiding behind some of these braziers.
Okay.
Because some of the flickering shadows aren't flickering the way a real shadow would, but like somebody trying to be hidden behind something.
Okay.
There's some people behind some of these flaming braziers.
Right. Can I tell how many or?
No, you guess at least, a couple of the braziers do. There may be more.
Knock a brazier into him.
And you hear Grigori go, there's people over here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Now, what are the two cult members going to do? Well, they saw Locke charging, but they kind of weren't expecting to have a bear charging down on them. Zachary is, of course, you see Zachary charge into one of the two acolytes that was next to him, and you just see dude bowed over by a bear. You can't really tell what's going on at this point because, well, bear. It's kind of hard to see. The other one draws a long dagger from under his shirt, and it's, well, Steve, you would recognize it as a Chris serpentine blade. Fits the theme.
Right, yeah.
And he turns towards Locke with it and moves like, or she, sorry, that was the woman that did that, moves towards Locke like she's going to come stab Locke while she's grappling with Buzzsaw. And then the unthinkable happens for the others. The ones that were behind the braziers start pushing them over.
Oh, of course they do. That's why I was Steve needs to push a brazier into them.
Spilling fire onto the floor. I need a Rorschach from everybody.
Okay.
Except Locke, who doesn't see the fire.
Oh, cool.
Because you were down behind the beer. It's only on the side, basically the side of the room that you guys were coming in the doors, that's where the people were lined up to try to set that side of the room on fire.
And what's the roll for that?
Willpower plus 1/3 humanity.
Yep, willpower plus 1/3 humanity.
No blood dice.
Cool.
I got 5.
5? You're good.
Be so nice if Unswayable Mind actually worked with that. But
Would it?
yeah, it's not being forced to do something by someone.
There's actually other powers now that can help you from fire, too. There's even something in the Cults of the Blood Gods book that has you learning to play with fire. What'd you get, Steve?
4.
4? You hear your beast in your head gibbering and jabbering and carrying on, screaming fire, get away, burn. But the heat of the moment? No. You shove that back and just, push it away. It's not a concern. Vicky steps out on the other side of the room of the shadow. And that's where she's done for her turn.
Okay.
So now we're going to go to the next turn because Grigori was doing like Steve.
Reflexes.
You're not on fire. The fire's just been pushed to spread.
Can I take a second shot?
No, that doesn't give you 2 shots.
Okay.
I think you might be muted.
Yeah, Verlin's muted.
I'm sorry, I was muted. I was asking if I could take a second shot with rapid reflex.
Yeah, this is not first edition Vampire. First edition Celerity would give you all kinds of extra actions.
Okay, I was just double checking.
That was overpowered.
It's been a hot minute since I've had to shoot people.
Yes, it was. So, we are in the next turn. The next turn, Locke has got Buzzsaw in a grapple, which means now she can hurt him. You've got Zachary, we know what he's doing. Locke is not aware because she's busy wrestling with Buzzsaw that there's a dude with a knife above her.
A chick with a knife.
Or a chick with a knife above her. Yes, sorry, thank you. A woman with a female acolyte. One of the sisters of the snake above her. What is the rest of the coterie doing? Because we know what Locke's doing. She's fucking Buzzsaw up. What is everybody else's actions?
I'm going to shoot the girl.
You're going to shoot her. Steve?
I was going to try Arms of Ahriman on her to restrain her.
Oh, do it. Yeah. Let him go
Lots
first.
of shadows. Well, no, it'll happen simultaneously.
Okay.
Yep. It's going to happen simultaneously. Grigori, I know what he's doing. Zachary and Victoria, well, y'all know what she's about to start doing. She's cleared the fire.
What's Wayland and Raphael doing?
Wayland and Raphael are looking closely at the people with the braziers, trying to figure out which ones of the thin bloods they're looking for.
Okay.
Because supposedly that's where the acolytes, the ones who've embraced, are down here. So we'll get to them. You'll see what they do when it occurs. So now here we go. Locke, we'll do yours first. Yours is easy.
Yeah. All right. So let's see. I'm gonna blow willpower on that. Oh, that's better. 4, 5, 6. And with feral weapons out.
He almost manages to break free. Almost. But not quite. And you had feral weapons out, which counts as a +1 brawl weapon.
It is, hold on, it's actually a little different than that. I need to pull up my cheat sheet.
I know it does aggravated damage.
No,
Yeah.
it does non-halved.
Oh, non-halved? Okay.
Yeah, they don't get to have it.
Official. It'd be lovely if it did aggravated damage.
That'd be
That's
sweet.
old. That's the
That's
old
the
way.
old one.
But
Light brawl weapon with a +2 modifier to damage.
Okay, +2.
Yep.
Yeah.
So he almost breaks free, but those claws dig in deep and just tear at his undead flesh. And you hear him laugh a little. I'm gonna get my notes ready to start tracking how much damage has been taken. You inflict 3 non-half damage, but he gets to reduce it down some. Okay. But he did nothing to you. The gunshot rings out. You hear Lily's gun go off again.
Oh, I need to roll.
Yep. Because that'll happen simultaneously with the...
4,
And the
5. I got
superficial damage,
6.
by the way, the superficial damage is not halved, but of course fortitude, which the fucker probably has,
Yeah.
is still in
Right,
play.
reduces it, right.
Yeah.
But you still dug the claws into him. So you
Still
got
got some damage on him.
You got a lick on him.
Drink him! Drink him!
No. I've watched too many of you go weird.
What did you roll, Lily?
I got 6. Actually, with a crit.
With a crit.
Yeah.
It's a tie, but the crit goes. We'll give it in your favor because this one did not crit.
Come on, land that fucking hit.
So your 50 caliber goes off and bucks in your hand.
Ow!
Slams into him.
Yeah, her.
Or her. I know. But slams into her. You can hear a grunt come from her.
Mm-hmm.
But she still doesn't stop moving.
Mm-hmm.
It actually kind of propels her slightly forward into lock. How many successes did you have before lock?
6.
Okay. You feel a knife get you in the back, and it burns. I mean, it burns. But it does not do aggravated wounds.
Okay.
And you have toughness up and resilience up. You're like doubling up with all your shit.
And prowess from pain, I'm sure.
And I know she has prowess from pain, right. You subtract it from the damage, but you take 2 superficial from it, and that's it.
Okay.
But it burns. You can feel it.
I am popping those into strength.
Okay. Zachary is still wrestling with his person, and you're pretty sure Zachary is on the winning end of that particular exchange.
The bear. He's got this covered.
Steve,
Yes.
right after she stabs Locke with her knife, you brought forth, you see a tendril of shadow come right out from around the beer, and it's shadow given form, substance. What do you use it to do, Steve? Lash out and smack her?
Pull her
Grab
back.
arm.
You wrap her around and yank her back.
Oh, nice.
Okay? You are going to use strength. You find the note on it. I know it uses the strength of you.
I thought it was
Actually, wit's oblivion.
8.
But it's as strong as you are.
Okay, which is 3.
Yep, so wit's oblivion.
And I did pass the rouse check on that.
Now, she did not see this coming, so she's at a penalty.
Use willpower.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, this isn't going to be... You guys brought in enough numbers, and after getting his numbers cut back, y'all have got the edge here. By a lot. And Bear Boy helps Locke on her side.
It didn't help. So, 2.
Still enough. The arm catches her by surprise. And Locke, you feel the knife that was stuck in your back yanked out.
Ow.
You don't get to see it, but everyone else sees the shadow wrap around her and pull her back. And she staggers back against the beer, still holding her knife as she had stabbed. It just, all of her comes back. And Lily's not in a position to see Grigori. None of y'all do. So Grigori is doing something. None of y'all can see it because of what you're concentrating on. Rayland and Raphael, you see them come past you, Lily, heading over to the left.
Okay.
The fire is slowly spreading.
Okay.
It's not catching fire to anything. You're not sure how it's spreading.
They have some kind of flammable liquid.
But it's spreading. It's possible the braziers were an oil inside of them to keep them lit. But it's spreading. So, Victoria. She's going to be nice and not turn it black on everybody. But you see her step into a shadow, and then you hear a scream.
Good.
From somebody. It would be off to your right, over on the side where Grigori was. And it is a scream like you've never heard before. Somebody is not happy with what just happened to him.
Good.
So what's everyone's actions this turn? Locke, we know what you're going to do.
Some more fucking up.
Lily?
I look over at Steve and I say, you got her? Okay. And then I'm going to look around to see who needs an assist.
Okay. I need raw shreks again from people.
Okay.
The fire is spreading.
Do I still... I'm still behind the beer.
You see the fires, though, but you don't have to do a raw shrek. You can tell there's a fire, but it's not like right in your face yet where you're looking, but you know something's on fire because the room got a little bit brighter yet dimmer. It's like the fire pattern shifted.
I got 7.
3.
3 is enough because you're not in a burning building yet. 2 is all you need for now.
Stone room, it's not going to burn.
Until it gets close. 2 is it. You roll for the others. I mean, 2's pretty easy.
Question, storyteller.
Yes.
The fire came from the braziers on the left?
Both.
Both.
There's people on both sides.
Okay, so could I move my way around back behind them?
You would have to go on the other side of the beer.
Okay.
The place where Locke is right now is actually not where any braziers were pushed over. And because it's a beer, it's on a small raised platform.
I'm going to move in that direction.
Okay. So you're going to move forward to try to get towards the beer.
Yeah, I'm going to move away from the fire and try to position myself around to get people from behind the fire.
So you're going to have to go towards the beer because the fire hasn't reached the beer yet.
Yeah.
You got to go towards the beer.
Yeah.
And then move around. Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to basically work the periphery.
Okay.
Okay.
So that's what you've got. Okay, so here we go. Locke, I know you're going to finish fucking him up. Steve, what are you doing? You're going to keep arms ramming her?
Yeah.
Okay. Lily's moving around. We've got Zachary Bear Boy fucking up somebody who's probably not going to make a third round under a bear assault. I don't think many kindred can handle full-grown bears, especially not Gangrel full-bone bear. Okay. Wow. Okay, so Locke will do yours first.
I got 5 successes.
Okay. He managed this turn to break free. He seems stronger than he did last turn.
Oh, of course.
He breaks free, doesn't get far, but he basically moves away from you, but doesn't run. He just stands and drops back into a fighting stance like he's waiting for you to jump at him again.
Let me know when I get close enough to take a shot.
She absolutely will take another shot.
Okay, that'll be next turn for yours. As you're getting up from him breaking hold of you, you see that Zachary's pretty much got this other individual. The Acolyte's head is in Zachary's jaws.
Oh, shit.
And Zachary is pulling, well, you didn't normally see a bear play the shake the shit out of it game like a dog does or a wolf. But this bear is shaking this kindred's head in an attempt to remove it.
God.
And it's not going well for the kindred. You do know now, you can see what stabbed you is the lady acolyte with a serpentine looking dagger. That the fire plays oddly on it. So Lily, you're maneuvering around. Steve, roll your arms armor on. Wits Oblivion.
see. 1, 2, 3, 4.
4?
Yep.
As you're moving your arm to get her, she brings the knife down on the arm and it severs.
Okay.
Because they can be severed. They can be destroyed in many ways. They're normally only fire and sunlight does it. It's from what, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But her blade cut it.
That's surprising. Okay.
Mm-hmm. And it snaps back. Now, Grigori is moved off where nobody can see him because Lily's moving forward. You said you were checking, though, to see if anyone needed help.
Mm-hmm.
You see Grigori with his long dagger engaging some sort of individual over from the right of the door that was behind one of the braziers. And he's using his dagger like a champ.
Does he look okay?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
He seems to be fine.
He's okay.
Raphael and Wayland are scuffling with an individual over behind the left brazier.
Okay. They look okay?
Yep.
Okay.
Roll wits awareness.
Okay. Four or 5?
5. They've got one of the thin bloods you were looking for.
Nice.
And the two of them seem to be whooping its ass.
Good.
2 on 1.
Yeah.
I hear the bear.
Yeah.
I know. Yes.
Okay. So,
Sorry.
we're getting down to a third turn here. But honestly, it's not going well. I mean, it's obvious. The only one that's really a challenge is going to be Buzzsaw.
I'm going to shoot him.
Okay, so next turn, Lily's shooting him. Locke's engaging with him. Zachary's finishing off his.
I'm actually going to change out my clip as my rapid reflexive action.
Okay.
They like to play with fire.
Okay. Interesting. Okay, and Steve, you are doing what? You're going to reform your arm, or are you going to do something different?
How far away am I from her?
Well, you can reach it in one turn. I mean, you just run and you can do it. You got Soaring Leap as well.
Yeah, you could jump on her or
I remember you do, because you got in trouble for that once at the start of this
use a
chronicle.
sword with her so that dagger didn't touch you.
Or he can soar and get his hands on her.
Yeah, I'm going to try to use Touch of Oblivion on her, on the arm that she's using to stab.
So
with.
you're going after, and the advantage of that is you don't have to even touch her to hurt her. You just have to get your hand to touch her.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what Steve is doing. So here we go. We're going to let Locke do hers first. Actually, Buzzsaw on you. Buzzsaw leaps at you. But you're doing a brawl. You still counts as brawl, but he's basically jumping at you. As soon as you got to your feet, he jumps at you.
Oh no.
I know, you sound so upset.
Well, here's the thing. I need to count, but this is a messy critical. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
But it's a messy crit. Okay? Yeah. He jumps into you, and you grab him and proceed to pivot and power slam his ass into the beer.
Nice!
But he lands on the kindred that was laying on the beer.
Oh, shit.
Sorry.
Fire, Lily. Shoot.
4, 5, 6.
You don't really get anything after the way she slammed him. The fire hits him. The bullet hits him. Sets him on fire.
Good.
As he's sailing through the air. And then he lands on this other kindred.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. And they both begin to burn.
Okay.
Oops.
You messy critted by just power slamming his ass. It was a beautiful shot, though. I mean, it's pretty impressive. Steve.
Yeah, and there was no way to back off of that because...
And I literally tagged him mid-air.
Yeah, she threw him into her bullet. That was a Dragon's Breath style round.
Yes, it was.
One of her. Now she's down to 3.
I'm now down to 3.
Steve, roll your dice. It's well, you're going to use brawl,
Strength and brawl.
strength and brawl, because you only, or you can roll dex brawl. You only have to touch her.
They're the
Yeah,
same.
you can do either one.
They're the same.
They're the same? Okay. Roll it.
That's
And she doesn't know what's
Willpower.
coming.
yeah. I'm definitely willpowering that one.
She doesn't realize that you're not trying to hurt her, just touch her, which puts her at a disadvantage because, well,
Okay, that makes it 4.
You get stabbed. Now, you don't have resilience that lowers the damage, do you?
Yes, I do.
You do? How many dots fortitude?
No, he has resilience, which gives him hit points.
You don't have toughness.
Yes, I roused it before we...
You had both. That's right. Okay, so you...
and I have 3 fortitude.
3 fortitude. You take 3 superficial from that hit.
Ow.
But she stabbed you with the knife and it burns like fire, like literal fire. But you grab her arm at the same time she stabs you. And everyone in the room can see when he does this, you hear popping noise, and you see this arm rapidly age to like a corpse's. And it just kind of, you see all the skin contract, the muscles retract away, tendons pop, even the bones start to crumble where his hand touched her, and her whole arm becomes useless, and actually her hand itself come off from the blade.
So the blade goes to the ground?
Yep. Completely to the ground. And at this point, Zachary, you see a kindred's body sailing one way, and you can see it aging as it flies.
Mm-hmm. It's dead.
And a head going that way as they're spread apart.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, Wayland and Raphael and Grigori, kind of hard to see behind the beer at this point, or behind the braziers, are still fighting, and the fire is still spreading.
Mm-hmm.
And you hear a god-awful scream coming from this woman that Steve just touched.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of reminds you of the scream you heard from wherever Vicky went. And as for Vicky, you hear another one of those screams.
Good.
In a slightly different location.
Mm-hmm.
What is everyone's plans now? Buzzsaw is on fucking fire.
I'm moving on. He'll burn like cordwood.
What, Locke?
He's not immobile yet, yes?
He hasn't gotten up yet, but this turn he's moving some, so he's going to be trying to get up.
There are some things that we can do that extinguish fire. So I'm going to keep going after him until he's done.
Okay, now you're going to have to do a Rorschach again for trying to engage somebody on fire. Everyone do a Rorschach, actually, because the fire is spreading. Three for Locke?
Yeah.
4.
You can do it, Locke, barely. Your beast is screaming, but he's on fire. Don't touch him. Steve, yours is pushing you to get the fuck out. And you hear Granger's voice. Don't die here, boy. You're for me to kill.
I'm not your boy. I'll stay.
Oh, Steve getting uppity. That's good. I like it. Steve has been pushed too far, finally.
Yes.
So, Locke, you're going to engage Buzzsaw while he's on fire. It's not going to go well for Buzzsaw at this point.
No, Lily's moving on.
Okay. Steve is going to do something else to this acolyte and really fuck her up.
Mm-hmm.
What is Lily doing?
Quickly glancing, Grigori, how's he doing over there?
He's got his knife in somebody. When I say in, you only see the handle in his hand.
Do I see any other people coming out?
No.
That's it. Okay.
Well, plus whatever Vicky's been doing.
Okay.
You see no sight of Vicky.
Okay. So, and Raphael and Wayland?
They've got theirs. It seemed like they're whooping the shit out of him.
Okay. Anybody that need...
There's nobody openly unengaged.
Okay.
Though you
I
can't
don't
really...
see the other thin blood that we were looking for?
No, but you can't see part of the room either. You'll need to maneuver around some. So you're going to sweep around the room some? Roll wits awareness so that you can roll it.
Since I'm close with that acolyte, can I see who it is that's laying on the burn?
Yes. You recognize her. It's Anastasia.
Oh.
The ministry that you'd met actually was in your coterie at one point.
Right.
Long ago before you joined this coterie.
You always try to put her out with your arms.
And she is burning. Like kindling.
I got 6.
6? Okay. You look around You think you can see where 2 other people are laying motionless on the floor. Looks like they're not moving.
I'll walk over. I want to see if we got.
So you're checking those out. So we got that. Locke, let's do you.
All right.
Dude's on fire, which does give him some penalties now.
Yes.
He's got powers from pain, but he's still getting penalties.
Yeah, I got 4. I'm blowing a willpower on this. Screw it. Not happy with that. 4. And I got 5.
5. Okay, there you go. So I want to double check an ability here real fast. I'm pretty sure you've got him. Okay. He comes, and as he's burning, he almost tries to bear hug you. But he's not quite quick enough. Because you foot plant him and kick him back into the beer again. And remember, he's on fire, so it actually causes him to lose his footing. And he falls at the base of the beer burning.
Good.
And he started to finally scream. And while he's sitting there burning, you hear the bear gruffing, trying to decide whether he can move up and bite the fire guy or not. Steve, let's do yours. What are you planning to do this turn?
Okay, this turn I'm going to touch her again on the neck.
You're going for a kill shot, huh?
Yes!
Make your rouse check for Touch of Oblivion, because it's 1 turn per rouse check.
Made it?
Okay.
That's a crit.
It is?
Mm-hmm.
You get a stain.
You get a stain.
Okay.
Because you're using Oblivion powers on a crit or bestial failure on a rouse check.
Okay.
You get a stain. 1 stain, not a humanity loss.
All right, I take a stain.
So the Touch of Oblivion, as you're using your power, you feel it seeping back into you. And you feel it like pulling at your soul and what it means to be human. Taunting and whispering.
I ignore it.
I bet you do. Go ahead and roll. Roll your attack.
Bitch is gonna die.
She's one-armed, crippled now.
Yeah.
Right. All right. I'm going to use some willpower on that.
Mm-hmm.
And again, normally we
That makes
3 and out this one, but this one I want to make sure Locke, I think Locke's got him pretty well handled at this point.
That makes it 3.
3? You don't get her neck. She manages to slap your hand away with her other arm, which does not work out in her favor because she smacks your hand with her arm.
Oops.
And then that arm begins to shrivel and you hear her scream.
Call her Stumpy.
And the pain of both arms, it's painful. You've just rapidly aged it. She stumbles and falls off the beer. And fucked her damn athletics roll and lands in the fire.
Yes!
So now she's on fire.
Dun dun dun.
And the fire is spreading. Okay, Lily, you're pretty sure the 2 that are laying, they're ones Victoria has done something to.
Okay, but are any of them recognizable?
No. But you see one, you caught the glimpse as you were moving around of a guy trying to slowly sneak around the corner of the room towards the exit.
I'm going to work my way towards him quickly.
You hope it's the exit, but there's a bunch of shadow in that area. You could be going for a second exit, because Coterie told you there's another path in here.
Yeah, I'm going to work my way towards him very quickly.
And rapid reflexes lets you cut him off.
Okay, good. I'm going to roll entrancement.
Okay.
Okay, I succeeded.
Okay.
That is charisma and presence, and I do have awe up, so that's a lot
It's going to be hard to do it because, if you're hostile already, it doesn't exactly de-hostile you.
Yeah, well, he's trying to run away, though. So, and I'm not approaching him threateningly.
Okay. While you're doing that, Waylon and Raphael appear to have handled their business. Grigori has finally, you can see him pulling his blade out of the guy. Locke, you can even catch this from where you are as the guy's crumpled and he's bleeding out. So that obviously was not a full blood.
4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
Okay. You catch him right as he was going towards the dark area. It was actually just a small opening in the side that led to a tunnel.
Okay.
But he kind of stops and looks at you and didn't start screaming, "Don't kill me, don't kill me."
I'm not going to kill you.
Okay.
Where are you going?
I'm leaving. We'll stop there because we're doing the rest of it. Locke, next, you're just going to watch him burn at this point? He's not getting back to his feet.
Yeah, at this point, he can just burn.
Now, the fire is spreading, but the beer is raised.
Okay. So he ate the one alkalite. We've got other alkalite has been turned into Stumpy.
Yeah, and is on fire because both arms being gone is kind of a bitch.
On fire. I don't see any other targets
Nope,
yet.
you see no other targets.
Do I see where my people are?
You can see everybody except Vicky.
Okay. Let's see. Lily is talking to someone. I'm not gonna fuck with that. Because she needs to talk. I can kill him later. It's fine.
And the gunfire from the entrance is stopped at this point, by the way. The ones that Ivan and Angelique were laying down. You haven't heard a gunshot this couple, 10, 15 seconds from them.
That can mean one or two things. I'm going to charge for the door, so I can look out and see if my move action is to get to the door to look out to see if they're okay or if we've got more incoming.
Okay. You didn't hear the air horn, at least.
No, didn't hear the air horn, but you have to be alive to do the air horn.
Now, the room is getting more and more fire, so pretty soon your Rostreks are going to get even more dangerous. But because of the way they kicked them over, it's flowing in like a sea. There's still that path right up the middle that hasn't caught fire. So Locke can walk right down with no fire there yet.
And
But
Lily's at the back of the room.
It's definitely an oil or some kind, Locke. It looks like they've got something going. And Locke checked the doors. And at this point, we're going to go on break because the only thing left is to deal with that thin blood.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to take a break right here. Locke,
and I don't know yet if it's the one Lily was looking for.
10 on a brawl is pretty good, Locke. But Locke has proven time and time again that the average Kindred one-on-one
isn't a match for her.
isn't a match. Have to be an older one than her, a lot older, to be a match.
She's a tough little nut.
Yep. So we will go to break right here. We will be right back.
Okay.
And enjoy the break.
Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. I've always been the hunter, nothing on my tail. But there was something in you I knew could make that change. To capture a predator who can't remain the prey, you have to become an equal in every way. So look in the mirror and tell me, who do you see? it still you? Or is it me? Become the beast. We don't have to hide. Do I terrify you? Or do you feel alive? Do you feel the hunger? Does it howl inside? Does it terrify you? Or do you feel alive? Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. So embrace the darkness, and I will help you see that you can be limitless and fearless if you follow me. We are the lions in a world of lies. We are the predators, the hunters, the hunters, the hunters. Become the beast. We don't have to hide. Do I terrify you? Do you feel alive? Do you feel the hunger? Does it howl inside? Does it terrify you? Or do you feel alive? Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within. Do you burrow within? Do you feel the hunger? Does it howl inside? Does it terrify you? Or do you feel alive? Allow me to introduce myself, though I fear you've heard my name, and that you've heard the story of Countess Bathory. victors, heroic warriors, and mad kings. Will you hear my story from the lips of Bathory? They call me blood-sucking demon, queen of hell, sadistic killer, a monster tale, bathing in the blood of virgins, beautiful, drinking the blood of virgins, beautiful, the blood countess. Who is she really? Who is she really? Blood countess. Who is she really? Is your blood Bathory? I was very wealthy and powerful, a widow with political rivals keen to destroy me and take my property. My plea was never offered. All my confessors were all tortured, or how they destroyed me for my property. They put me up, shut me up, shut me up, put me up, put me up, shut me up, and told a story of a bitch called Bathory, blood-sucking demon, queen of hell, sadistic killer, a monster tale, bathing in the blood of virgins, beautiful, drinking the blood of virgins, beautiful, the blood countess. Who is she really? Who is she really? Blood countess. Who is she really? Is your blood Bathory?
Welcome back. Before the break, the Coterie finally went in to deal with the power plant. And as storyteller, I have to say, I didn't expect them to roll in 8 deep. And it makes a difference, but I think story-wise it still works. Locke hasn't had, well, Locke did recently have a good let's murder some people, but Locke didn't have a real fun murder people like this one.
Lily hasn't had a fun murder people yet.
Lily isn't good at murder people.
No, but she just lit Buzzsaw on fire.
And you guys finally got to see Steve's new ability, and
that's like scary, but it's fucking
and he has
cool.
a stain from it.
Yeah.
But you just watched some acolytes' both arms shrivel up and become a corpse. And we're going to pick up right from there as Buzzsaw has finally stopped screaming.
Okay.
And you can see He's pretty much being turned to ash at this point.
Good.
Anastasia, the poor young ministry that was being used to farm
Exactly.
blood, has begun. She's not old enough to have turned completely to dust, but you can tell it's now a burning corpse.
Mm-hmm.
Wayland and Raphael have dealt with their individual.
Good.
They come back over a bit bloody, slightly injured, but not by much. Injured. Grigori comes back, not a scratch on him, except for a line right down the center of his hand.
Where he's cut himself.
And Victoria is still nowhere to be seen.
Mm-hmm. The guy I'm with,
Mm-hmm.
is he the one I'm looking for?
Yes.
Okay. I look at him, I say, I'll get your name in just a minute. We need to leave, darling. And he is entranced.
Yeah, but he's going to be trying to resist every single turn.
Okay, I'll roll against him every single time.
No, you've got
Okay.
yours already set. He's going to keep
I got
trying to roll.
13.
I know. It's hard to do, but entrancedment's not perfect.
I
It
know.
doesn't make a slave of him.
No, I know.
It just makes him hard to act against your wishes.
Mm-hmm. This
So-
is to protect you as well.
And as you start moving, I need one more Rostrek from everybody.
Okay.
One more to be the final Rostrek, I think. Because then you will be enough out of the fire. And a quick glance as this is burning, just to let everybody know.
4.
Okay.
5.
Okay, so everybody's good. To let you know, just there's nothing much down here. The only thing was his beer. It was decorated with Egyptian symbols, hieroglyphs. But other than the braziers and the beer, there really wasn't much down here. You know that you'd found the other exit, of course. But you don't know where that goes. But you don't know what the purpose of this room was. But it looks like almost a sacrificial chamber of some kind. But as you're fleeing from it to get away from the fire, everyone gathers up together, and this guy, stays in front of you. Because one of your suggestions to get out of there is something actually he agrees with.
Mm-hmm.
And as you get out of the room and step into the hallway, Victoria steps out from the shadows in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
And her leathers are still perfectly clean.
Mm-hmm.
But she's got a grin from ear to ear.
Did you enjoy yourself, darling?
It's a little fun.
Yeah. And I look at the thin blood and I say, what's your name?
Jacob.
Jacob. You tried to take something that was mine.
He's lying to you, by the way.
Mm-hmm. I don't care. I'm going to walk up to him
Okay.
and I'm going to bite.
Okay.
You gonna drain them down?
When your teeth bite into him, he breaks free and bolts towards the entrance.
I assume somebody's going to chase him.
I'll grab them.
Okay. I'm just rolling to check something else.
Okay.
So, Locke, you go to grab him.
Uh-huh.
Roll your strength brawl.
All right.
Now, thin bloods take damage as humans, but they heal like kindred.
That would be 4, 5, 6, 7 crit to
Okay.
catch. Actually, no, I cheated myself out of 1 die.
Get your other die.
I grab a steak. I grab a hair stick out of my pocket.
Doesn't mean anything
Okay.
to grab it.
You got him?
Like,
As he's running with your back to you, you get him. You get your hands on him. And you pull him towards you. And when you flip him around, you notice he had a knife in his hand.
Oh, please.
And he's plunged it into his own chest.
Oh,
And at this point, he'd start screaming, I can't stop myself.
I try to take the out.
And when you pull the knife out of him, blood starts pouring everywhere. First rule, Locke, if somebody stabs himself in the chest area, especially near the heart, leave it in.
Leave it in. They're going to bleed out.
I mean, he's not a medic.
That's true. And he starts bleeding everywhere, and you can tell he's dying. But the whole time he's saying, he was thin blood, but the whole time he's saying, I don't want to do this. I can't stop. I can't help myself. And he dies in front of you. And you've seen this before. You know what? You've heard of this used.
Terminal decree.
The very powerful can give commands to someone for suicide. And that was what I was rolling, whether he could resist it.
So that's a really powerful...
Dominate.
Dominate.
And Setites
No.
don't have that as far as we know. That one did not have it.
Buzzsaw would have to be a lot older if he could actually do prowess from pain.
And
dominate.
terminal decree.
Right.
So, ooh, that's nasty.
He worked for someone else.
Who?
Who knows?
I mean, there's a lot of options here.
And you see Raphael go over to the body and kick it. And Waylon just looks at it, and you've not seen... There's a look on Waylon's face you haven't seen before. There's a coldness to it at the time. Because you've never seen Waylon involved in killing. And he looks at the corpse for a second and then just doesn't give it a second glance.
Well, he walks right past it.
Okay. And Zachary's back in person form. What'd
She's
you
like-
think, Locke? What'd you think?
I think I like the bear pyre form.
Vampire.
It's okay, I guess. I don't like it. But if you like it, I mean,
when we're
it's
fighting,
okay.
it doesn't need to be like, when we're watching like TV. Just, in a fight. That's
Bloodlicker gave me a lot of shit over it. Because it wasn't, the wolf. And then I got bigger than her, and she didn't like me bigger than her. And
Well, I could see that. If she went like other werewolves, she was probably still bigger, wasn't she?
yeah, but you didn't want her in that form, because then it's not fun and games anymore.
No, it's not. Nope.
And Victoria's got a look on her face with this exchange. She's looking between you and him, and you and him. I don't want to know.
What?
And I look over and say, she has a boyfriend.
I do not have a boyfriend. He's a business associate.
And the coterie begins moving back on up. And as you're heading on out, you come up on Angelique and Ivan. They're just chilling.
Good.
Sitting there. They're not peeking around the corner anymore. They're sitting there kind of where they can see around the whole corner, sitting there. And you can see some bodies in the distance as you're coming out of these catacombs at the base of the stairs. You can't guess how many, but there's at least 5. But it's not enough to block the way out. And when you get close, Angelique, you see a relieved look across her face when she sees Grigori. And Ivan looks at you. Any problems?
No.
We just killed some, and then the rest stopped trying.
Good.
That doesn't mean they're not out there.
We left,
there's
not a
probably-
one standing.
There's probably a few that are out there in pieces. But he probably couldn't have caught all of them. I think he's good. He's not magical.
Yeah. But yeah, they gave up on the stairway after they realized that, if you come down here, you get shot.
And a lot of them will just probably join other gangs, write this off as some weird...
That's normally what happens.
Yeah.
It just, once you're in the life, you don't leave it normally. Okay. So you guys head out. And you come upstairs, and you think, unless somebody's gonna take the time to sit and count 6, 7 bodies piled up at the base of the stairs, all of them with all kinds of gun holes in them. And when you get up top, Victoria, I'd love to ride with you, but I'm a bit hungry. I'm gonna go do a thing.
Have fun.
And she doesn't step into the shadows. She just walks out of the building. And as you see her leaving through the busted up gate, you hear her look back, and you can hear her just barely, Toodles, as she walks away, leaving everyone else here with this van that...
No, I'm going to call for vehicles.
Okay, there's been a lot of
vehicles.
Thankfully, though, there's been a lot of gunshots. First of all, it's northeast.
Northeast.
Well, gunshots. And you weren't down in there.
And it's at night. The cops
You
aren't
weren't
coming
down
for like
in
an
there
hour.
long. The actual combat didn't take long at all. Like much with Kindred. So you guys you're gonna call vehicles, or you're gonna just pile up in the mail or the bread van and get out of there?
Is it still drivable?
They didn't shoot it up.
Yeah, but it busted through.
Yeah, the front's mashed in a little bit, but not.
Okay, well, let's just get in the
The
fucking
gate
van.
wasn't a very strong gate.
Okay.
And you all pile up into the mail truck, and you can hear it's running rough. But it's running.
In the back, Locke will text Tabitha, I'm okay.
Or still mine.
Must tell me what happened.
Meet me
But
at the
good.
bar then.
And you guys pull up now about 2-3 blocks away. Ivan says, okay, we're going to get out here. We're going to leave the truck right here.
Mm-hmm.
And as everyone piles out of it, he says, y'all might want to walk down the street.
Yep.
You're not going to like what's about to happen.
Yep.
And you see him with a round cylindrical object in his hand that he started to toss.
Let's go.
Let's go.
And as you move away, you hear something tink to the ground, and then you hear whoosh as the whole vehicle catches fire. And he's sauntering up to catch you. By not looking back, he doesn't see the fire as it spreads and the whole vehicle starts to burn, leaving little evidence behind of what was happening. Now Lily can call her vehicles where you're in a better spot, though you might want to keep walking for a bit so that you're not near the burning
Actually,
vehicle.
Lily feels like taking a walk.
And I asked Slinky on the way back, so how many did you get?
Oh, I got 4.
That's so good.
Yeah, but I mean, more than that got away.
Yeah, there were a lot of them, but,
Yeah,
figured.
they were tasty though.
Good, I'm glad they were tasty.
I was glad for that. Did Bear Boy step on your foot?
He did not. He did really good. Actually,
Okay, I
has
won't bite him.
activated Feral Whispers. I'm curious if he's in on this conversation
Nope.
at all.
He's not. At least he doesn't appear to be.
No, he did not step on my foot. He did very well.
Okay, and so Grigori and Angelique and Ivan, you only walk a block before
They part ways.
you see him, Ivan, walk over to a laundromat and walk around back and your vehicle starting up.
Mm-hmm.
If y'all want to ride, I'll give you a ride. If y'all want to walk, you'll walk. But we're going to part ways here.
Locke will accept a ride back to Purgatory.
You going to get a ride back?
Yeah.
Okay. So leaving Steve and Lily
Wayland and Raphael.
and Raylan and Raphael to walk back to the club, which is, blocks, but it's early in the night. That's why y'all went early.
Just need to walk.
Okay. And Locke goes back to Purgatory. We'll go and cut the lock here in a second. Anything Lily and Wayland and Raphael and Steve want to talk when you're walking?
Just, I'm a little hungry. Is there shawarma around here?
So shawarma, right?
Shawarma? Oh my God.
You need a spot?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So roll your Dex Athletics, or no, Dex Stealth, while Steve stops to hunt on the way back.
As if nothing else, I can be distraction while he's doing this.
He's breaking into a house
Mm-hmm.
because he's a Sandman, which is very odd now with the character as he's progressed. The fact he still hunts the sleeping ones when he's become what he is.
Mm-hmm.
But old pattern. What do you get?
I get 2.
2?
Yep.
It's pretty good. You don't find... You try to break in a house, but Lily warns you. Because you're not in Southeast, you're in Northeast still. Southeast is the considered the rack where it's a 2 success. So you fail to find food. Every time you think you found one, Lily has to let you know that, she caught sight of somebody looking here. She caught sight of somebody looking there.
Mm-hmm.
And pretty soon you get back. Well, not soon, but y'all going to search the whole way back, or are you going to have a talk at all? I need to know whether there's a discussion
Lily
here.
is very pensive right now, so she's not really talking much.
Okay. So we're going to flash the lock then for now while y'all work back. Once you get back to your domain, you can roll again because you've got better hunting chance in your domain.
Yeah.
Locke, you get back to Purgatory, and Tabitha's waiting on you.
Hey.
And she comes over and gives you a hug.
Oh. She's like, I'm fine. She probably smells like smoke.
Yeah. Definitely smell like smoke. And and your shirt's ripped in the back where a knife had stuck
Did you
in.
grab the knife?
Yes,
Okay.
I did.
Okay. I'm glad you're safe. What happened? And Zachary suddenly opens his mouth. Oh, it was cool. She tackled this dude, and I turned into a bear and I shook the shit out of him. And then she did this weird power move and slammed him into a beer and set somebody on fire. I don't even know. I mean, he caught on fire somehow. I didn't see that part. But then she kicked him into the... and then he looks at you, Locke, and goes, sorry.
Oh, it's okay. Let's rewind a little bit. That is all accurate. We were really awesome. So let's get the background info, which I think is what you actually want, and not a performance evaluation.
She looks at Zachary, rolls her eyes, and goes, yeah, I want to know why, not,
We had to clear out a problem. There was a power station that there was a guy named Buzzsaw who was basically making thin bloods out of a captive kindred. Thin bloods and kindred out of a captive kindred, and I don't think that's done because...
How does that work?
She was in torpor, so I don't know. I guess they were feeding her blood, and then they were feeding off her, because I think only really need the blood. I don't know. I haven't done it.
It's just terrifying.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, basically it was a siring factory, and it's not anymore.
Okay. Well, that's horrifying. That sounds like Sabat shit.
I don't really know anything about Sabat. The encounters I have had is basically looking over my shoulder as I'm running away.
I mean,
That's my experience with Sabat.
they used to like to do the mass embrace where they would get 50 people in a room and embrace them all at once.
Mm-hmm. But usually when they're doing it, it's like an
Yeah.
act. Because, according to what I knew from the gang was that it was willing on the part of the Thin Bloods and the kindred that were created. That was willing.
So was it trying to wrap my head. They were draining them of blood and then giving them blood and but without feeding, how would they know when that heart is just? I mean, you haven't sired, but you know that right at that spot where they're about to die, where you need to create.
There is. Have you ever had that thing where somebody makes you do a thing in your head, the dominate thing?
I've never that I'm aware of. Well, never aware of, but
Sucks. But we had a guy that killed himself. Didn't want to, but basically put a dagger through his heart to make him not smell anything. I'm wondering if somebody could make him do that. Could somebody have made her sire? Wake her up, say sire, and then put her ass back to sleep.
I mean, I guess if they're strong enough, if they can make somebody kill themselves.
That feels strong,
Yeah, it does. But who would make them kill themselves like that? I mean, it's...
Have you met our kind?
Well, I know that, but it seems like a waste just to...
They're, they was a Thin Blood. I think that how most of our kind view Thin Bloods.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
So,
but y'all dealt with him, right? You got this...
We got that part settled. I'm now concerned that we have this older asshole out there that can make people kill themselves. And,
Why do you smell like fire?
there was fire. It was a whole thing. It was a Sedite temple. So
wait a minute. That rumor's true?
Yeah.
We'd heard about it, but
Yeah. It's all burned down now. There was a Setite temple, and they tipped over these fire cauldron thingies, and there was fire everywhere, but it was fine. It was fine.
And she smacks you lightly on the arm and goes, stop, real lightly, not hard, just lightly. Stop doing that. Don't put yourself in danger.
It's my job.
But,
well, I mean, technically...
Well, no, it's not your job anymore.
It's not my job anymore, but it is my job because I still have a coterie, and my coterie is going to do stuff, and I'm going to end up, getting involved somehow. And then I care about things, and I didn't want this guy making any more thin bloods.
Okay, I can see
that. I don't
that.
have anything against them, but he's just using them, and it's not how it should be done.
And Zachary looks and goes, you didn't even tell her about creepy-eyed dude touched that woman's arms and they just kind of decayed and fell off, and then he touched her other arm and that one fell off too.
Oblivion's kind of fucking weird, man.
And Tabitha's like, creepy-eye who? And Zach's like, that Steve guy.
Sorry, Steve. Sorry, my
he saw it.
Idiot.
Yeah, well, he saw it. He doesn't know it's a secret.
Unfortunately, once you start, to be honest,
once you start using
everything's out at this point. So I don't think we can keep it a secret anymore. Yeah.
Not once he busted that out. She goes, I remember we saw that once in a while during the Sabbat War. Horrifying. I mean, it messes up our kind, and I don't even want to tell you what it does to kind. It permanently maims them. There was a guy who had his leg shriveled up, and it never healed. It just, yeah,
it's nasty.
Yeah,
it's real nasty.
Are you sure you associate with the right? I mean, I know you got your coterie and they're your friends in the hall.
I mean, it's the thing is, you have to know Steve. I don't think he intends to be creepy. It's mostly been accidents that have led to this. Not his fault. It's not his fault that he's this way. He just is this way, and sometimes we accept that people are the way they are, and we just go with it.
And Zach pipes up again, and that fucker stabbed me with a hair stick. I know it was him. I know it was him. Because that shadow shit. I know that shadow shit. He did it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I'll be good.
And he also listened when I said not to finish you off. And so did Lily.
I'll be good. I am going to play a prank on him one day. I don't know what yet. I don't even know what prank you can play on someone like that. But I'll find one.
I mean, let me think on it.
Does he got a car?
He does have a car.
I'll go with the classic banana in the tailpipe. It's classic.
Yeah, okay.
I hope he doesn't really like his car, because
it's kind of a. You don't do it to Lily's cars, but I mean, it's just kind of a car.
Yeah, I get the impression from that meeting at her club that she's the fancy schmancy type.
Well, it's a weird, different kind of fancy schmancy, because it's like they're real nice cars, they're luxury cars, but it's not like Maseratis or anything like that. It's like the big, Cadillac Escalade, kitted out and that kind of stuff. It's a different kind of fancy schmancy. It's like comfortable, The things don't go up like this,
Yeah, I've never had the money or the need for that. And Tabitha goes, "Give me a motorcycle."
I mean, I like my hoopty. It's run so far. One day it'll stop running. I'll get a new one. It's cool.
Eventually you need to buy something. I mean, you got a bar, you're making money. Get you a good bike.
I don't know how to ride a bike.
Tabitha's like, I'll teach you.
Okay. Yes, we'll go. Okay, you can.
And Zach's like, I know how to ride,
I actually do have some cash. Because I rolled this guy once. He had a lot of cash on him. The pimp, remember? It's been on my sheet.
Yes, you rolled a pimp for me. The one that I painted the walls
Well,
with.
Locke also has, I don't think Locke's given all of her kilos of coke out yet.
Yeah, I'm like, she's like, I've got some cash.
Yep.
I could, okay, you know what? I'll get a bike. That'll be fun.
And Zach's like, can we pick mine up then when you get yours? Because
Oh, you have a bike? Yeah, we can. I'm sorry. If I'd known you had a bike, I would have.
Well, I mean, you didn't. You wanted me to go with you in Hoopty anyway, and so I mean, it's outside of town. I didn't want to inconvenience you because
No.
I don't want to mess with you on that. We're doing your thing, and he grins at you, and he gets it kind of. You're gonna start referring to it as the puppy dog look at you.
Oh, he knows he's cute. He knows he's cute.
Comfortable. And Locke just looks at Tabitha like, what do I do?
And Tabitha's got a smirk on her face.
Mhm. He knows he's cute.
And we're going to flash right now back to Lily and Steve arriving back at the club. Now, Steve, you get to roll your second time to hunt when you're in your domain.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So you can roll again.
And Lily will still keep watching.
Right, because you only need 2 successes in your domain because of the upgrades and everything to your domain.
4.
Good.
And that's enough. So, yeah, you can get some... How much do you take? 2? Or
Yeah.
do you kill somebody?
I'll take 1.
1? Okay. And Lily and Steve arrive back at the club. And, what are they doing now?
I look at Steve and I just ask him once we get back, I'm like, are you okay?
I'm okay.
Okay.
What I'm going to do with this Chris, I'm not sure.
Let me take a look at it.
Can I give it to Lily?
Okay.
I'm going to roll.
Okay. And it didn't burn you or anything when you touched it.
Resolve Ostex.
Mm-hmm.
Is this something Grigori or...
Grigori would have been
can
probably
look,
a great one to ask.
I can look at it, but... Four, 5, 6, 7, 8.
8. It's got... 8's a good number. There's a light, kind of a glow to it, but nothing... It's not like, woo, it's shining. It's just the blade seems,
What color is the glow?
a red.
Red?
Mm-hmm. Now, do you touch it in any way? Who's the brave one? Who touches anything other than the handle?
I'll touch it.
You touch it, it's warm. The blade itself, the knife blade.
I'm not touching the knife edge. I'm rubbing
right.
it like along
it's
the
warm.
blade.
It's just warm.
Just warm.
And it didn't do... Locke didn't have like huge gaping smoldering wounds or anything.
Yeah.
It just burned a lot. A lot.
I want to smell it.
Okay.
Does it smell like Vitae?
Slightly.
Loxovite?
No. She had some kind of sorcery. She could coat her blade with her Vitae, and it would make the wounds hurt more. Yeah.
Okay. So, any other discussions? Or do everyone go to their respective ways? I know Locke and Tabitha and Zachary spend a whole good portion of the night where Locke's, Tabitha's insinuating Locke and Zach are a thing. But not saying it.
Have we heard anything about meeting with Anton?
No, not yet.
Okay.
But this is the first night when you'd sent it to meet with him.
No, it was the previous night.
Well, that's right, yeah. But you also know that he had been given some information.
Mm-hmm.
And I sent a text to Locke. Just says anything from E? Question mark.
I look. Anything yet?
Nope.
Sorry, nope.
Okay, thanks.
So, the rest of the night, everyone is just recovering
Yeah.
from this event.
Me and my boys go back to my place.
Okay. So, everyone settles down, and we're going to go to Locke. Do you go back to your haven? You're staying at the Purgatory? Are you taking Zach with you to your other haven? I don't know what the...
Oh, that's an awkward... Oh, that's...
Now, he is 6-point bound, so you know you can trust to leave him somewhere. But the question is, do you?
I mean... She asked him, she's like, okay, if you weren't staying here, where would you go? Would you, like, go, like...
Normally, I would just, find me a spot of dirt.
If that's what you want to do, man, you can feel free to stay here. You can go...
Then you'll be yelling at me about getting a shower again.
Well, I mean, yeah, you will be getting a shower again. That's a thing. It's a choice. It doesn't take that long, dude.
Trying to housebreak me. Come on now. It's fine.
I'm not trying to housebreak you. Just, it's more convenient in here if people don't have dirt all over them.
You don't have a dirt cellar or anything, so, I mean, where am I going to find dirt? If I go out front of the bar and find one of those strips of grass, somebody's going to see me.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's parks, around here. Maybe not
Fine.
the big...
I will go find a park, and I'll be back tomorrow. Is that good enough? As long as you're happy. Whatever makes you happy.
That's fine.
Okay.
He is so jetting as soon as that bond's off.
Yeah, my luck is not taking him back to her.
Yeah.
Problem is, he just doesn't, I'll be honest, he just doesn't have that many willpower dice. Mm-hmm. So it's going to be hard to break bond. It's possible to ignore the bond, but he's not shown himself. So he doesn't show himself to be a very strong-willed individual, so.
Yeah. Luck did make a promise to him, though, that when everything is settled, she'll let it wear off. So, after that has completely worn off, yeah, he's totally jetting. This is not this.
So everyone settles down for the night, thinking about what they just saw, because I'm pretty sure that the concept of being staked and being used to force to create kindred is a horrifying concept. Because while staked, you're aware of everything going on around you. Mm. Even when they got set on fire. Mm-hmm. And with the rising of the sun, everyone sleeps. A dreamless sleep of the dead. Steve, your mistress, has been nowhere to be found. And you wake with the setting of the sun, and let me get a rouse check.
Uh-oh.
I get hungrier. I'm at 2.
No.
Okay. No beast chatter from waking from rousing. Too bad. How you doing, Locke? 3. 3.
I got 2.
2? Okay. So what is everyone's plans this day? I know Lily is waiting to hear back from Anton.
I am hunting.
Okay. Do your hunt roll. Steve, I know, stayed back at his place because he's not staying at the club right now.
Right.
What is everyone's plans?
Jesus Christ. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6.
That's a good enough hunt roll right there. That's good. Well, I mean, when you have a hunting style that matches your character's abilities, but when you...
problem.
Right. When you don't have as much stealth and you're a break-in kind of guy and you don't have a lot of points in stealth, it's harder to roll high. I'm not calling anybody at the table out. I'm just pointing out the person that you went and you managed to get hold of. You can tell that they're used to being in charge. They're used to being the boss. They're used to, people doing what they say, whether it's give them the money, whatever, hand over your watch. But the blood quickly loses that little edge and you don't retain any of the resonance of it. So what is Lily doing? You don't know? You're waiting?
I have no idea.
Okay, you're waiting on your
text.
text.
My plan got bumped to a vignette, so I have no idea.
Yeah, well, you're going to wait on your plans then for right now, because you got something coming up here in a minute, because you're waiting on Anton. What else are you waiting on? Let's get everything through the table.
That's it.
Okay,
that's all I've got right now, because my former stuff that would have taken up some time got bumped to a vignette.
It needed to be done we need to switch time around. Steve, what is your plan?
Steve's going to see if he can... Does he not have any idea where Esmeralda would go? I mean, other than the castle.
Dorian's?
That's out of the question.
I mean, Steve could ask Lily to go check.
Send Lily to Dorian? Oh my God.
But she's already said many times she doesn't ever want to go back there.
Yeah, but
I don't think anyone in this coterie ever wants to go back to Dorian's.
worst case, she is the least likely to, get off going in there.
And Locke, what are you doing this night? Now, your bar is pretty much open every night, so.
Yeah.
But it's just now a Monday night, so it's
Monday
not,
night.
It's a
So
slow
whatever.
night.
Right.
All right. She'll send a text to Lily and Steve.
Okay.
Says, we should probably think about Bossy Dude.
Yeah, probably a good idea.
Lily sends back, do I really have to? That thought scares the shit out of me.
Says, I mean...
Unless it's golden eyes.
I know you're not putting that in text.
No.
Golden eyes in text? I hope not.
Nope.
Bossy Dude might want to talk to us. Fire, fire, fire.
Lily puts the big ol' eyes in.
Googly eye.
The big old, like, what the fuck? If I was prone to nightmares, that would be the fuel.
And you just get really bad visions.
Bad juju right there.
Okay, well, what do we want to do about it?
Talk at the club?
Sure.
Okay.
Well, Lily doesn't have... Well, she's still got a little bit to go to be at the club now, because she's at her place.
Yeah.
With Wayland and Raphael right now.
Yeah.
They've got other havens, but they don't feel comfortable using those or wanting to. They're in the process of getting new havens set up.
Mm-hmm.
Ones that
Well,
maybe aren't
Lily's
used.
a little bit pissed.
Why?
Because she told Wayland to run.
Yeah. But you guys gather at the club later on. And when you arrive at the club, yeah, I know Lily is that is gonna be one evil vignette. I know you wished you'd done it on this camera screen, but you're gonna be ripping Wayland a new one for half an hour, and I know you will, for not running when you told him to.
No, it's not just that.
Yeah.
She would have told him, now that you're back with your child, run.
Yeah, well, that's something you're gonna have to discuss because unfortunately he's still bound to you.
I know.
And running is not something he's going to do while he's bound to you. But I assume Lily's not been reaffirming the bond at this point.
No.
So you gather at the club now. Do you is Raphael and Wayland at the club with you, even though it's closed?
I asked if they would like to go. It's closed tonight, so there's not going to be a crowd, but,
After the events of last night, I think, this is Wayland speaking, I think I need to go hunting. So Raphael and I will go.
enjoy yourselves. Be safe.
Go visit some of the other magic shows in town.
Go for it.
And Lily returns then to her club. And Thomas is there waiting when you arrive.
Okay, Lily actually pulls up
Okay.
in a tuxedo black 1960 Corvette convertible.
Okay.
Did she hear Locke talking shit about her vehicles?
No.
That's what she keeps at the
That's
other
what
haven.
I keep at my other haven.
Mm-hmm.
And it is American muscle.
She's going to be mad when something happens to it.
Yeah, well, But yeah, she pulls up in that and parks it in the garage.
She's like, ma'am, or Thomas says, ma'am,
Yes.
status, just to let you know. I helped plan what went on last night, but the news has talked about, some sort of fire over in Northeast. And then, they think this this bread truck was involved, but then they find what they think might have been a bread truck on fire in another part of town. And it was on the news. I mean, it made a blurb,
Yeah.
but there was like 30 deaths last night. Apparently last night the gang war decided to go and...
To escalate, huh?
Yeah, there was a whole shootout in
That
Southeast.
gang violence is so bad.
Well, there's a shootout in Southeast that just bumped your shit right off the news. I mean, it was just...
Imagine that.
Well,
Imagine that.
that was some crazy stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Did Locke or Steve beat her to the club, or was Lily planning to head there when she got up anyway?
I'm taking kind of a circuitous route around the west side.
Okay, so you're taking a long way just to... And checking.
Yes.
Trying to see if you feel her.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Locke had to hunt.
Yep. So Lily, you get there first.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, other than that, ma'am, I mean, we didn't see anything suspicious. No blips on the camera. I know you're upset last time that you said report anything suspicious, but we thought it was just a power spike when the cameras fuzzed for a second. Cause
Doesn't matter. It's not usual.
I know, ma'am. We understand. We've taken a note of that. You gave us a good enough tongue lashing.
No
over it.
unexpected visitors?
No, ma'am. None at all. I'm kind of shocked because normally on like a Sunday or Monday is when everyone starts showing up.
Revolving.
Right.
Yes.
I mean, they don't do it when the club's open, at least. But, you know, it's normally these nice people show up, but they're not.
Good.
Yeah.
I'll take the reprieve.
I mean, I don't blame you. I know the boys and I prefer it this way because then, you know, it's a lot less stress on us.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, I guess it is what it is, right?
Yep.
So, are you going to be needing Scott or anything? Because I'll have him prepped in case you need him, or you think you're okay for now?
I think for right now I'm okay.
Okay, ma'am. I'll be here.
I'm expecting Locke and Steve anytime, so we might have some plans later. I don't know.
Okay. And Locke and Steve, anything you're doing before you head to the club? I know Locke was hunting, Steve's driving around. You don't feel any sign of Sybil anywhere.
Okay.
Your ring has not gotten cold. It didn't even chill any as you're driving around. Nothing.
Well, I've gone, this time I went around the west side of DC, so that would normally would have been within her reach.
Yep.
So she's probably gone from DC, is what I'm thinking.
Or not, not able to reach you the way she did.
Mm-hmm.
And Locke, you did hunting and you come back and then what, head over to the club?
Yeah, and she'll text Zach on the way where she's like, you know, I'm doing stuff today. Do whatever you want. You don't have to hang out at the club if you don't want. At the bar if you don't want.
I'll be at the bar. We're playing poker tonight.
Don't lose too much. I better not. And she's like, what kind of poker? Wait.
Draw poker, you know.
Okay, don't lose too much money.
I won't. And then he's text with a grin emoji. So Locke, you get over there, and of course, as soon as you walk in, of course, the security guy said, Miss Lily, Locke's here.
Okay.
Yeah. And Steve, since you were going the long way around because you were searching it, you're the last one to arrive.
Okay.
And you see, you know, her vehicle pulled up, and Locke, you saw it too. You hadn't seen this old model Corvette before. It wasn't
nice
visible.
I park on the by Locke's vehicle and stay well away from Lily's.
It's immaculate.
Keep driving around the streets of DC and it won't
great
be.
at parking, so she parks like wherever there's multiple spaces. Because again, she is going off of pure ability.
Yeah, so it's kind of the car is not straight in the garage.
It's like
kind of at an angle.
corner across 3 spaces.
Yeah. So lucky it's a big garage because Lily had bought the whole building next door and converted it garage style. There's another building next to that one still that's available that had been burned down that actually you were talking about helping the O'Malleys rebuild. But you could also buy it and turn it into even more garage. But I think you're offering to negotiating with the family to rebuild it.
I am so, actually. I'm in process of... Did the owners survive?
They weren't staying in it, so yes.
Okay, good. So I am negotiating because it is a fundamental part of this neighborhood. And it needs to go back up.
And it has memories for Lily and Locke.
It does.
Locke had to defend Lily from getting caught. So everyone arrives, and I assume you're meeting in your conference room because that's the best place to meet so that y'all can discuss your plans for the night.
Locke walks in. She's texting and like kind of grinning. And she's like texting away.
And then once, of course, as soon as you get in the conference room, your signal goes blunk.
Okay.
So, brainstorm. Have you heard of Manton yet? Is it like...
No, not yet.
not go down yet?
I'm sure he's busy. He recently got what he needed as far as intel to get Stanford.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I have Wayland back.
By the way, Eve, you know how a boy you used the powers and a boy kind of saw that?
Yes.
He mentioned it to Tabitha before I could stop him.
Oh, that's not so great.
Thankfully, Tabitha's kind of not real popular anymore, so I think the only kindred she really talks to is, like, me and him, and then she has Bloodlicker.
Could you maybe mention to him to, like, not mention it again?
Although
I'm sorry, Steve, but once you whip it out, you really can't stop the rumors.
unfortunately, we also have Ivan and Grigori and Angelique.
Yeah, and we were 8 deep rolling up in there.
A lot of people saw.
Yeah, but they're not talky people.
Excuse me, did you notice that one of them is a Toreador?
Well, Angelique wasn't in the room, but her brother was. Her brother was. So yeah, so basically consider that secret out. Okay.
Okay.
You've been outed.
Yeah.
You've been outed, darling. You outed yourself.
I don't think it really...
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't really matter because there's many ways you could have gotten that.
Yeah.
Besides, because it's Kaitif, who knows how they work.
The only issue that concerns me about it being out at all is that Granger finds out, because I would like it to be something of a surprise.
Well, luckily no one really talks to Granger.
Yeah, the only person I know that... Those were two completely different plans. Nobody talks to him. Let's kill him.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right now.
Yeah.
What I know about Art right now is that he is occasionally going out with Norton. He did not mention going out with Granger, and I think that he doesn't seem to like anyone now, as we've heard.
Is he still going out with Norton?
Yeah, even post weirdness.
Really?
Yeah. And
fuck.
But Tabitha doesn't hang out with Norton anymore.
Tabitha does not hang out with Norton anymore. He no longer has Melissa.
Why are you looking so concerned, Lily? What do you think about?
He's feeding on him.
I guess he'd have to get it somewhere.
Why not his friend?
And especially, Norton's a little naive.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if naive is the right word.
Not as naive as you think, though.
No, not as naive, but I think that if I was going to peg anyone in that group to be the one that would be the most like, hey, this is fun. This is Art. It's my buddy. I'll do stuff with him. It would be him. And I would honestly also think him, because isn't he a psychiatrist?
No.
Oh, he's a regular doctor. The other, Granger's a psychiatrist. Okay.
Granger's a psychiatrist. Granger is terrified of whatever Art is.
So, yeah, I think, that actually makes a lot of sense. That's where he's getting his dinner. Because he's old and, I don't know.
Fuck.
You know what? I, personally, prefer him getting his dinner. I would prefer him less hungry. I think that is a good thing, that if he is not hungry all the time.
Yeah, because I mentioned during the performance that True did at my club a while back, Norton was here. And I mentioned that I happened to see that he did get the Hope Diamond. Because I saw it. Basically insinuating that I'd went to see the madam. And the whole facade dropped. There's more to Norton than he shows.
That's most Malks.
Oh, I agree. Every Malk is that way.
I'm wondering if he thinks he can...
I don't know.
Control it or get an advantage out of it.
I don't know. Or maybe he's one of Theodore's tools.
Oh no. I don't like that.
Yeah.
Or maybe he's being told to do it.
Maybe. Could be. Could be being forced. God damn.
But I'm glad that Vicky's kind of like,
Oh, Vicky's a smart girl.
Vicky's smart, and Vicky is being smart in the direction that it works for us.
Oh, she's a survivor. She's going to be very fucking smart in the right direction.
Yeah. So, she is, yeah, she's definitely, that's good. I am concerned about this person who can make people do stuff, who is very powerful.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what the fuck they are. Because how many super powerful kindred can there be in town that we don't know about? So either it's someone we already know and they're involved in this.
Dorian. Theodore.
Mm-hmm.
Possibly Norton, which I don't think he would be involved in that. Seems very out of character.
Granger can tell people to do things.
I don't, you know, did you notice John was trying to get away from you?
John was the blood doll that she had that y'all murdered after he...
Did you notice? I think Granger can do that.
I don't know that Granger can do the terminal thing. I think it's very possible.
I think it's highly possible because that look in John's eye was like he was about to go swan dive off my balcony.
I know he can at least tell people to do things because he did it to us.
Mm-hmm.
And I did it.
Mm-hmm.
And it was hard.
It would not be hard pressed to think someone, Granger or someone like that, could be involved.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he has been proven, and I point at Steve, to do some shady shit.
Mm.
Under pressure.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Oh, and then I used the opportunity to say, did you know he left a trap for me in my own mind?
Oh, I wouldn't doubt
For
that.
punishing me for trying to figure out what was going to happen to me?
Do you finally explain what had happened? Because you never told him why you frenzied.
Right, and I do. I explain
Fully
it.
explain it. Mm.
That's fucked up.
Yeah. Yeah, Granger has to die.
Yes, he does.
Yeah. So.
By the way, Steve, you do not want to diablerize Granger. I know that has been a goal of yours.
I'd kind of say don't diablerize.
Well, since your incident, I've tried to find out what I can, and it's a little risky.
Not only that, even if you succeed, well, let me share something with both of you that you aren't aware of. Every time I get hungrier, I hear Rachel in my head. Every time. And it's not my beast, it's hers. So.
It means I risk having Granger's hit voice in my head.
And his beast, so it's really going to be an asshole to you.
No, I'm just going to kill him. I won't.
Yeah. And I don't know how long I'll get to carry Rachel around in my head. I'm sure eventually she'll fade because she did lose. But that's a real thing. So I get to be reminded of what I did. All the time.
And maybe diabolization isn't the greatest idea.
No,
but I will be happy enough to see him dead.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. And teeth made into I don't know, like a ring or something like that. I'm sure Lily could come up with something awesome.
Maybe
setting.
a couple eye teeth.
Turn into a nice piece of jewelry as a reminder.
Yeah.
Nothing as tacky as just a necklace of teeth. That's just that's gone. It's so blasé. It's so 20 years ago.
The things that go here that you have.
The cufflinks?
Cufflinks.
Yeah. I see something.
Wow.
That's wow, all right.
I would wear those.
You
But,
would?
I mean,
okay.
But there may be other individuals that we are not aware of that are
That's
capable of doing these things because, as we are aware, you can get things that you don't normally get.
Yeah. So we're pretty sure Buzzsaw and Stanford connected somehow. But I think that the connection was broken once he lost the crew, everything between, because I don't think he would have allowed that loose end.
Besides that, Stanford has also entrenched himself in his throne room and hasn't had anyone coming or going.
Yeah. So that means whoever, I'm wondering, there's two possibilities actually. There's one is that this person was somebody who was working both with Stanford and Buzzsaw.
An intermediary?
An intermediary, or an opportunist who, once the connection was severed, Buzzsaw is somebody who needs someone more powerful to sponsor him.
Who was at Coronation that could have told Buzzsaw about Glenn getting staked?
Oh boy.
I wouldn't be surprised if it was Granger. Because I'm pretty fucking sure that fucking turncoat being bonded to Stanford is his bitch.
Steve, intelligence awareness.
Because I'm pretty sure he's the one that ratted out the discussion we had in the Primogen Council before the Primogen were disbanded.
Mm-hmm.
4.
There is somebody you remember when she said who was at the coronation. Somebody you remember that unsettled even you.
Dr. Walker?
He unsettled you quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yes,
had
he
mentioned
did.
about your mother, but you also know he's an old and powerful Ventrilo. Or at least old. So there was one other that you know might have the ability to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Of all the others that were mentioned, nobody's mentioned him, but you remember he was there because he
Right.
was creepy, and that's why,
Yes.
Huh.
I mean, didn't have enough contact with him other than just to know about his creepiness.
Mm-hmm. I don't know how he fits into anything here, honestly.
But the funny thing is, though, now that you think of it, how, unless he was in on it with Granger when they were rearranging my head, how would Walker say? Why would he say that my mom was at
Let's go see your mom.
Yeah, I've been wanting to.
Let's go see your mom.
Oh, okay.
That's that look on Locke's face. What?
Let's go see Dr. Walker and your
Okay.
mother.
All right,
Okay.
let's do that. All right.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay, cool. Let's
I'm sorry. If it scares you, Locke, you can stay.
No, I'm just confused. Sure, let's go. Are we gonna fight with him?
No,
Or
I don't think so.
Okay.
Let's go see his mother. See if his mother triggers any memories.
That's a good point. Yeah.
That is
Yes,
actually
that
a
is
good point.
cover. Yes. Okay.
Dr. Walker told you to go check on your mother.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
So let's go check on his mother.
Let's
Okay.
go.
So you all hop in the
In the
Cadillac.
SUV.
In the
Mhm.
SUV.
Yeah, because we're not fitting in a 2-seater Corvette, guys. I'm sorry.
Locke will hang on to the back. Locke,
Not with those claws, you won't. Scratch my pain if you dare.
Locke tries to neaten up because we're going to somewhere.
Going to a nursing home.
Going to a nursing home. So
They won't notice. It's
They won't notice. It's fine.
Okay, it's late. So
It's real late. But it's not midnight.
No.
So you guys ride over to a nursing home.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought about ending the episode before y'all went, but we can do this scene real quick
Okay.
because this is not that bad.
No.
Then you ride over. It's really right outside of town.
Do try to look alive, guys. These people are breathing.
yes, let's do that.
Steve.
And wits awareness, of course, for the ride.
3.
4, 5, 6.
3.
Okay. You don't appear to be followed tonight, which is, again, used to being followed a lot more than this.
Mm-hmm.
But you ride out. It's just outside of town. I believe we said it was College Park.
Mm-hmm.
Is where it was, a nursing home in College Park. Of course, Steve, you know where it is. You've never been. You think you've been there, but you haven't been there lately.
Mm-hmm.
And
Or at least that's what I think I know.
right. Then you pull up and Sunset Acres Nursing Home. Now, the visiting hours are generally late, though at this hour you have to be very quiet.
Mm-hmm.
So you're just going to go in and go to the room you think is hers?
Go into the reception and ask for Dr. Walker.
Interesting.
If he doesn't remember his mother's name, he has to ask which room
Right.
she's
He
in.
remembers his mother's name, and he remembers he thinks what room she was in. But that doesn't make it valid, does it?
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm concerned. I want to talk to him. Well, how is my mother doing? You know.
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Walker has got a no do not disturb, but I mean, is it important?
Yes, it is.
Okay, you can roll charisma persuasion. Well, we know how that's going to go.
Persuasion
funny, somebody.
0. So that means just 2 blood.
2 blood dice?
Okay, Lily's gonna, when Steve starts to look scared,
Yeah.
Lily's gonna touch his arm and be like, really, this is very important. We've been concerned about some things going around in nursing homes, and his mother is here, and of course, as old as she is, very compromised. So we want to make sure that her health is doing okay. I'll roll charisma.
What's your name?
Steve Perry?
Like the singer?
No,
No
relation.
Oh,
But yeah, like that.
Lily Sanger.
Kimberly Locke.
okay, hang on a second. And you see the orderly go over, pick up the phone. You can hear him muttering. You hear your names mentioned and puts it out. Just follow me. He's told me to take you to his office.
Mm-hmm.
And you're taking down a couple corridors to an office that just says Walker on it. There's no title, no job position. Just says Walker.
Mm-hmm.
And the office itself is actually, there's no window. It doesn't have a peek back into the hallway or anything.
Hiding behind closed doors.
And when you open the room, it's an office.
Mm-hmm.
And there is a man you recognize sitting behind the desk, very old looking man. But he has that same look you saw before where there's something not quite human about him anymore.
Mm-hmm.
It's worse than Steve's look. It's much worse.
Dr. Walker. Thank you for seeing us.
Arnold, shut the door. Leave me with him. I'll be fine. And the orderly just kind of nods his head. You can see him like doing a hasty kind of exiting of the room.
Mm-hmm.
So you came. What can I do for you?
Well, first, I was interested in knowing about how my mother's doing, because you did say come see her. She seems sad. But I have reason to doubt that maybe I don't even have a mother here.
So it's finally breaking apart. I told him it would.
So you had a conversation with Granger about it.
Oh, years and years ago. Told him it wouldn't last forever. He thought it would. But he has not got the years I do to know the mind. I figured when it started to break, you would come here.
Well, that's kind of why I'm here.
You had a mother. She passed some years ago. Natural causes, I can assure you.
Want to roll lie detection?
Go ahead. Which is going to put Steve in an odd position because that's his only touchdown.
Mm-hmm. Right, I was just, yeah.
Five, 6, 7, 8.
You don't think he's lying?
Okay.
It's hard to tell, though, because he's lacking
Yeah, he's lacking humanity, so it's
most emotions.
Mhm.
He just seems passive. So is that what you came to ask?
Well, since you broached the subject, what can you tell me about what Granger had done to me?
He tore you down and built something else.
But why?
Anger. Being forced to take child he did not want. He already had one.
But I was not his child.
No, that's what angered him. He asked me some about what he was doing. Dorian gave him the help I could not. I told him it would fail. That's why I've sat here so long waiting. I waited to see, to show he was wrong.
Well, he was smart enough to have left a trap for me, but I managed to.
That was my idea.
nasty little trick, that.
It was.
It's useful. But what else?
Can it be undone?
I do not know. It's possible. I knew it would fail. You'll rebuild who you were. Well, you'll rebuild part of who you were. Your memories will come back. That was the debate we'd had, whether the memories are what made what you are or what the experiences do. I do not think you'll ever be back to what you were. I think Granger has already succeeded in what he wanted to do. He has destroyed the man who was before.
But I still get pieces of that. So I know that I'm not the man that he built me to be.
No. Well, the human mind is fragile. It's malleable. Doesn't matter. You're eternal.
For eternal beings, we tend not to be actually eternal.
When you've lived as long as I have, maybe you'll change.
Do you have any idea what it was that forced Granger into this situation?
Oh, Dorian. Made him do it. On threat of death. Dorian's idea of death is rather amusing. It's not the kind of death that we normally experience.
Oh, really? Like how?
Death beyond the veil, beyond the shadow or the shroud. Death in the land of the dead. To feel your willpower slowly sap away, your will to exist, only to be taken by oblivion.
That gives...
He brought
that may yet
before me
happen.
A kind, gentle man, and I see what he's turned you into. He has won.
He will still pay.
I'm sure. It's amusing. I will have to put that in my notebook somewhere. Something new. But you didn't bring friends for just this.
We were here to offer support.
There is something else in your mind that you wish. Something you wish to ask. I see it in your expressions. You're so human, frail emotion. Ask or trouble me no more.
So we ask him about who could do the terminal
Decree.
terminal decree. We had occasion to witness that recently.
It was most disturbing.
He is dead?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I am pleased to know what I did worked.
Oh, you impressed that on him.
Stanford sent him to me
Why?
with a note. I don't ask. Don't care. One less, not even a kindred, one less abomination. The instructions were simple. If anyone is going to get information out of him, kill himself. Glad to see it worked.
Well, I already had all the information anyway.
Well,
That's why Stanford's nights are numbered.
I warned him to kill him off immediately when done. The only safe way to do it is to destroy it all from the beginning. Use them, then destroy them. It's only mortals. And even the thin bloods they don't count. They're not one of us. I've seen so many die now, it doesn't matter.
Thank you, Dr. Walker.
Yes, thank you for your time.
Should I say you're welcome? Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't apply,
And
really.
I just turn around and leave.
And then when you go to leave, he doesn't move from his desk. He's not just turned his head. He sits right there as you walk out of the door and close it behind you. Not moving, not twitching, just kind of sitting in his chair. You don't know if it's the age, the loss of humanity, or he just broke at some point. But he's not what you would call a coherent individual.
Mm-mm.
Once
so-
we're able to talk.
What?
Once we're able to talk.
Back in the car.
You get back in the car to head back.
Yeah,
I'm sorry about your mom.
I am too.
Thanks.
I don't know why anyone would ever want to be that old. I mean,
If you survive long enough, eventually you are.
I know, but it seems like they're all fucking bummers.
Yeah. And that's what runs the Camarilla.
As you're riding back, your phone buzzes lock. You get a text.
Text! And she...
It's blood liquor.
Oh.
Mother says it's time.
Oh, okay. That conversation. Cool.
We've got to hit him
Got it. Now?
very soon. Got to talk to Mother.
Cool. Me?
We gotta talk to Mother?
Well, she just said, got to talk to Mother.
Okay.
We should meet. We should meet.
Sure.
Bar?
Okay.
Okay. It's fine. This is cool. She's like, okay, so apparently, taking out, the Black Spiral Dancers, and I'm assuming Malik in the deal, is happening soon, according to Mother.
Awesome.
So, I'm meeting with Blood Liquor at the bar. If you would care to join me, we can go to the bar and have a conversation together with, Zach's ex.
What?
Oh, I didn't tell you that, did I?
No.
So, funny story. Apparently, apparently they were a thing about like 5-6 years ago or something like that.
This kind of thing, like your thing with him now?
That's no. First of all, not a thing. Second of all,
Are you telling me?
it was apparent.
I you don't have to say it, darling. I know what you're talking about. Please. My clan is all about the pleasure. I understand what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah. So who's she getting it from now?
It is really a vague term.
Okay, who's feeding off her now so she can get off?
Okay, look, we don't know that that's actually a part of that because he apparently...
Honey, I know that's a part of that. What do you think I do in my playroom?
Giant. It's okay, but it's really a kind of, it's not what you think it is, but she's kind of rooming with Tabitha right now, so...
You dirty dog.
But it's not like, I don't think it's like that. Tabitha doesn't think it's like that until I mentioned it.
Oh, it's so like that. It is so like that.
Why is this all so complicated?
Blood liquor likes to be fed on. She likes fang banging. Oh, that's kind of hot, but you know. I mean, I've had the lupine blood. It's really fucking good.
I did ask Tabitha how it didn't make her like super bitchy all the time.
Yeah.
And apparently you can get used to it. Not that I'm recommending that as a lifestyle choice, but
I think I need a pet lupine.
Nah, Steve needs one.
We do not need...
Steve doesn't have enough humanity to deal with that.
Yeah. He's apparently gotten used to it.
That's hot.
I don't...
And Steve, in his cold emotional state, just doesn't understand the fascination anymore.
No, he's really just thinking about, oh, so Granger doesn't like the Oblivion. Guess he's going to be getting some.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to tell him, you're not going to get the chance to live on in my head. I'm just going to kill you.
Good.
And that's where we're going to end this episode, where Locke and Lily are having an uncomfortable conversation for Locke. But Lily's loving it.
Into it.
Lily's loving it. And Steve has to deal with what Granger's fully taken from him. Not only himself, but he didn't get a chance to see his mother before she died and was left. You're adrift in some ways. Unless you form somebody else that you feel is a touchstone, you're a touchstoneless kindred.
And that's...
So you need a roll stain.
He does have a stain.
Actually, he got his touchstone. He lost his touchstone.
Yeah, but that one I'm not going to count for that part because he's not had his touchstone. He hasn't had one the whole time. It also explains why your convictions haven't helped you at all this whole game. Because a touchstone must be linked to a conviction. Unless you have a new touchstone you want to assign your stand your ground. I'm not going to hit him with the penalties for it because I took his touchstone, not him. Unless you think you can attach your touchstone to somebody else about standing your ground.
Humans? Like, honestly.
I really don't, actually.
Like, Locke and Lily at least hang with humans sometimes.
Yeah.
So it leaves Steve in a bad spot. You need to deal with your stain now.
Okay.
You were 5 humanity. You took 1 stain, so you get 4 dice. You need 1 success on 4 dice, and there's no willpower.
You got it.
2.
Okay, so you've kept your 5 humanity. You did not drop to 4. Oblivion stains the soul.
Thank God.
Yeah.
And now you're coming up on the part where Lily's been waiting on, is to deal with Malik.
Mm-hmm.
And it's funny that it's Blood Liquor who informs you and not Art.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's one of the things he's going to ask about.
Yeah, we're going to see how that one plays out. So we'll see you for that one. If you'd like to join us on the Discord, please pop over. Hop on the Discord. Things have taken a darker turn in this chronicle towards, what is honestly, we're nearing the end, and it gets darker at the end. There's no happy ending. Though I still say Locke has one of the happier endings lined up if nothing changes.
Oh.
Where she's finally building this family she wanted. And Steve is losing everything. One piece at a time. So if you want to watch our old content, go to YouTube, check the video on demand. We got a lot of episodes. If you want to follow some good streams, there's a list of streams over here. Do you want to play? I'm going to say it again. Do you want to play some D&D 2nd edition Pathfinder? Get with Locke. Look her up on Kate Cunning on Twitter. Locke on the Discord. She knows a guy. She does a thing. She likes doing a thing. You can do a thing with her. That didn't mean what it sounded like, but you get the point. You get the point. Ishvel is on every Saturday at 1 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
Check it out. Black Death Chronicles,
Tuesday
8 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, we do our vignettes every Wednesday at 9 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and of course, our main chronicle, Sundays at 6.
Sundays at 6. So we've got content 4 days a week now.
Mm-hmm.
Holy crap.
Mm-hmm.
But I hope everyone enjoyed the episode, and I hope everyone has a good night. Anyone got anything to add?
Nope, that's it.
Other than Locke's like it's a business arrangement?
It's business arrangement.
Say it all you like.
He makes puppy eyes at Locke.
Mm-hmm.
So awkward.
It is. Good night, everyone.
Good night.